Today we have a long unboxing and rehousing from the spider shop. So many legs. Sit back and enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back to this latest episode. I am your host Robbie and this is Robbies Talking Teas, tarantula content for tarantula lovers. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. I appreciate every time you view one of my videos. And if you're new here, consider hitting subscribe and the notification bell to get updated when I upload next. With that said, let's get into today's video. We've had two parcels, one from the spider shop and one from So Many Legs. It's a bit of a long video because we've got so many teas in this order, but if you watch it right through to the end, the footage I captured is really worth watching. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into the unboxing. So let's start with the rehousings from So Many Legs. First off, in the box we have got P.ornata, the fringed ornamental. Secondly, we have got P.murinus, Kigoma, as featured in a previous video, so check that out for information on the species. We've got P.murinus pulcher, the Panama blonde, and we have also got P.rufilata. So let's get these rehoused. Starting off, we are going to be doing the P.murinus Kigoma, or the dark colour form. Now sadly, I unboxed one of these in a previous video and the next day came downstairs and it had passed away. Even though it had moisture, I think it was dehydration from being in transit. So we ordered another one and here it is. Gently poking it out of the tissue paper. Being careful not to injure the tarantula. Just taking my time. If you're very calm with these guys, I was about to say they're not so bolty, but they soon calm down. Let's cup it so we can give you guys a better look at it. And there it is. These guys are stunning when they get bigger. Put on some size, the coloration is amazing in these, so I'm looking forward to seeing it grow. And let's get it in the new house, shall we? Being very gentle, because these guys do tend to freak out. They're not as defensive as when they're adults, but still got to be careful. And there was my stupidity. But not to worry, this one's pretty calm, as you can see. So maybe we can just scoop it into the new enclosure there. Plenty of substrate. These guys like to burrow down as slings. They also like to burrow as adults, making really intricate web tunnels underneath the substrate, which is awesome to see, which is why I think many people say they can teleport. I think they can dart into these tunnels very quickly and come out at another spot as if by magic. And there it is, nicely in its new enclosure. Hopefully this grows really quickly like the other species I have in the genus. And let's move on to the next one. Here we are rehousing Samopaeus pulcher, the Panama Blonde. Now this is the 4th time I've tried this. This is the only species of Samopaeus I haven't had any luck with. I've had 3 slings in the past and they've all passed away relatively quickly. I also have the Cambridge Eye and the Armenia that have both done perfectly well, so I'm not sure what happens, why these guys have passed away like they have, but we're giving it another go because these are gorgeous when they grow up. Again, gently taking it out of the packaging, being very careful not to injure the tea in the process. Gently poking it out as not to freak it out too much. And there he or she is. You can already see the blonde coloration on the legs, which is where they get their name from. The Panama Blonde. There she is, or he. Cute little slings. Really fast growers as well, Samopaeus. So if you get one, be prepared to have a juvenile to adult size relatively quickly. Great eaters as well. Build great web curtains or dirt curtains in the enclosure, so you won't see them much when they're first starting to grow, but they come out more as adults. So let's get this in the new little enclosure. I always like to give these guys, like arboreals, slightly bigger enclosures than they need to grow into. And there it goes, jumping straight in there. So hopefully it will build its web curtains down the back of that cork bark and it will be happy as Larry. Doing the lid up tight, we don't want it to escape. We've got one Subfusca lowland running around the house. And we don't want that with this next one. We don't want 2 pokies around the place. Here's P.ornata, the fringed ornamental. There's my adult female, so hopefully this one will be a male and grow relatively quickly so we can have a breeding project in the future. Again, being very careful to take it out. Those very well packaged from so many legs. He does a great job sending out teas to all his customers. Never had an issue. Never had an issue when he's posted them. I prefer to go and collect them, but in certain cases I've had them posted. And it's always a great service, really quick, next day before 1 o'clock. So I highly recommend So Many Legs if you're looking to buy any species in the hobby. And there it is, P.ornata. These guys get quite big. Not as big as the Rufilata, but great size to them. Cute little sling. Can see the markings already coming through on the legs. So let's just cup her, get her in the new enclosure. Now this one didn't work out too well. I managed to get her onto the cardboard. Just as I'm about to pick it up, oh, she's gone. But she didn't get very far. She was on the tablecloth on the other side of the table. So that's what I'm doing now, being very careful not to lose the sling anywhere in the place. Like I said, there is a Subfusca lowland somewhere. Don't know how it got out, but it did. Discovered it wasn't in the enclosure a couple of weeks ago. Still looking for it, but if we can help it, we don't want any more escapees. And there it is. Managed to collect it in the catch cup. Now pulling it in its new enclosure. Again, typical arboreal setup. Bit of cork bark, bit of substrate. This will probably burrow down and make web curtains like the Samalpaeus. Here we go again, another P.rufilata, P.rufilata. There's a previous one I got from So Many Legs, and I believe that one is male, so hopefully this one's female. Stunning species of P.rufilata. Love the coloration on these guys, which you're about to see as soon as I unpackage it. You can already see there the coloration on the legs. Being very careful again not to spook the tarantula. Gently placing it down. Unrolling the toilet paper this time, not trying to poke it out. Found if you're very calm with these guys, they don't tend to freak out. Most people are used to really bolty, fast P.rufilata, but if you're calm, the tarantula's calm. So let's give you a better look at this little guy or girl. You can already see the green and the yellow coloration on the legs. With the red hairs, they are absolutely beautiful. Now this is the biggest species of P.rufilata in the hobby. These guys get really big. See? Very calm. These guys are calm. And there it is. Look at the stunning coloration in them legs already. Can't wait for this one to grow up. Love P.rufilata. By far my favourite genus. In the catch cup. Ready for its new enclosure. Just popping the lid off. Again, typical arboreal setup. Got the cork bark leaned in there, some sphagnum moss, some plastic plants for it to hide behind. Gently easing it into the cup. Being careful not to cause injury to the spider. Waiting for it to calm down a little bit. And here we go, placing it in the new enclosure. Now I should have had a hole in this catch cup, but not to worry, we'll still get it out, being very gentle with a paintbrush. And there it is, in its new enclosure. Now I do add water dishes and spray these down after I've rehoused them. As you can see, the water bottle there on the side. But I like to let them settle in before I start interfering again, because it is stressful, the transit of being delivered for these guys. But there it goes. So let's get underway with the spider shop. We have got Orphanaceous species blue quaison. We have also got Samalpaeus langenbuckeri. And last but not least, we have got Phomictopus species South Hispaniola. Really can't wait to see this one. Starting off with a blue quaison, gorgeous little Asian tarantula. I have the Philippinus as well, both of the same genus. Now these guys like to burrow, very quick, very defensive, but a joy to have in the collection. So if you can get your hands on one, make sure you do. Again, the Spider Shop, a UK based breeder and seller of tarantulas. Another one I'd highly recommend. Good prices, great in fact. Customer service, always there when you need them. Always get their deliveries out on time. Always well packaged. Can't praise them enough. So let's get this little sling out and show you guys what we got. And there it is. Extremely tiny. There is Orphanaceous species blue quaison. Now these guys get an awesome blue coloration, which is prominent after every molt, and then they start to darken down the further along they get until they molt again, and then it really pops again. Absolutely tiny sling. I realised that the enclosure that I had made up for it really was too big, so right now I'm struggling with a tiny little pot it come in to get some substrate in it with one hand. I'll try not to let the sling bolt away with the other. But that gave me time to get some awesome footage of it, just to show you guys up close what these guys are like. And I will be doing care guides in the future for all of the species in today's video. Once they start putting on a bit of size and I can get the adult colorations of them on film, I will be putting together husbandry guides. So that's why I'm not telling a lot of information on the species right now, because I will go into depth later down the line. Let's just pop it in the new pot. And there it is, safe and sound. Pop the lid on and move on to the next one. So here we have Samuelpaeus langenbuckeri, the second Samuelpaeus species we've had in this video. Never had one of these before, so when they come up in the Spider Shop I had to purchase one. Looking to complete the Samuelpaeus genus in the hobby, so I've got at least one of every species. That's always what I aim to do. Being very careful at the moment, because as you can see the sling is right at the top of the pot. Don't want to spook or injure it while taking this toilet paper out of the vial. And there it is. Let's give you guys a close up. Or not. Let's just quickly scoop it up and hopefully we'll be able to give you a better view. There you go. This was the most bolty of all the teas. Sure, we can give you a better view than that. Come on, little guy. And again, outside the pot. There you go. Look at the gorgeous coloration on those legs. Definitely got a runner today. And there he is inside the pot. You're not getting your freedom today, mate. You're going to sit in there and chill. Glad that one's over. So now let's move on to the next one. Phormictopus species South Hispaniola. This is the one I was most excited about getting in the unboxing video. My first Phormictopus species, but I hope to get loads more after this if they become available. You don't really see them that often here in the UK. So this one's extremely special, and I know Tom Moran's a huge Phormictopus fan. These videos are the ones who actually inspired me to start collecting these. They get great size on them, nice big tarantula, awesome colorations on them. As you'll see from this sling, the colorations on them are absolutely stunning. There it is down in the toilet paper. Remember, if you're running out during the coronavirus outbreak, just order some tarantulas. There you go. Free toilet paper and a gorgeous sling to go with it. This one's been very eager to come out and explore. How stunning is that? As soon as I got this one out of the vial, I really didn't want to pull it back into an enclosure. I really wanted to examine this one. Look at those stunning colours. You won't see another sling like it. Definitely stands out in the hobby as being one of the prettier slings. Reminds me of a Carabiner versicolor sling, the way they like to explore as soon as they're out and about. They don't sit still. It's amazing to think this is going to grow up to a big T. Get some awesome size on them. Great eaters too. Just pop it in the new enclosure. Anyone else have these issues when rehousing? Trying now to get back in. Again, it just wanted to keep walking and walking and walking. But we got it in there in the end. Safe and sound. Lid on. So that's all the rehousings. Let's move on. So, that was both unboxings done. 7 slings in total, all gorgeous. I'm sorry it was a long video, but it was definitely worth it with the footage that I got of them all. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure, if you haven't already, go over to my YouTuber collaboration video if you haven't already, and write mystery box please in the comments if you want to be in the draw on Saturday the 18th of April for the £100 Spider Shop mystery box. Now I won't be able to post that out until they start trading again, but the draw is still going to go ahead as scheduled. So to everyone here, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.